Hi everybody, we're going to start going over the Chapter 9 homework problems. So again, I'm working on the opposite problems than what you have to complete for homework. For homework this week, you have to complete the B problems. I know normally we complete the A, but this week you're doing the B. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work through the A problems. On 9.1, they give you a lot of extra information. Yes, we're told that the first $7,000 is taxable. However, since we're focusing on employer taxes, the $7,000 maximum does not apply. So the amounts that we actually need to pay attention to are the unemployment compensation and the Social Security tax. And then we also need to pay attention to the tax rates that were given in the wording for the problem. So let me make the screen a little bit bigger for you. Okay, so for one, my computer apparently doesn't like me today. There we go. So we need to pay attention to the percentages. So we know our SUTA is at 5.4%, FUTA is at 0.6%, Social Security tax rate is 6.2%, and the Medicare is 1.45%. We don't need to know that the Social Security tax rate is on the first $110,100 because that only applies per employee. We're calculating it for the entire company, so we don't need to know that specific information. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our Excel spreadsheet. We're going to enter in the formulas that we're going to use. That way it makes our life a little easier. So we have 12,200 times 6.2%. Medicare tax is going to be figured on the 12,200 as well, times 1.45%. Our FUTA tax FUTA and SUTA are only based on unemployment. So we're going to use the 10,500 times the 0.6% and 10,500 times 5.4%. A lot of students do get these two confused, so make sure you use the correct one. Now we're going to bring out the calculator. I'm going to switch it to the standard calculator, and the 12,200 times 6.2%. So that amount is $756.40. So that's what you're going to tell me. Make sure you're giving me dollar amounts. There we go. Let's take the 12,200 times 1.45%. So that's $176.90. Now the last two calculations for exercise 9.1. $63. $567. And then don't forget to give me the total amount. For this purpose, it's absolutely fine to let Excel do the math for you. So this has in total employer taxes of $1,563. So that's all we need to do on 9.1. So let's go over to 9.4. On 9.4, we're given a single employee, but what we want to know is the total cost for the employee. So we have Jay Johnson at $35,000 a year. He is subject to Social Security taxes at 6.2%, Medicare at 1.45%, FUTA and SUTA on the first 7,000. So again, we're going to take out and we're going to enter in the formula. Now what I would recommend is just making an additional column. That way you can put your formula in the math computation in the same column that you did before, and then the results in the same column that you did before. That way it just makes it easier on you. So we know the salary is $35,000. We're given that in the wording. So we're going to have $35,000 times the 6.2%, the $35,000 times 1.45%. And since we are calculating it only for one employee, this is where we're going to take into account the $7,000 maximum. So we're going to take the 7,000 times the 0.6%, 7,000 times 5.4%, and then you're going to do the calculations. And then at the end, you're going to total the taxes for me. And you're going to include in that total his salary. So we're trying to figure out, if we pay an employee $35,000 a year, how much is the company going to be out of pocket, including his salary? So for example, if you want to find out how much you're worth to your employer, take your total earnings, calculate your taxes, and then add everything up. That's going to tell you exactly how much. And just to give you a heads up, the FUTA and SUTA amounts, they're going to be the exact same amounts for your homework because it's the same problem. You're still taking the 7,000 times 0.6% and the 7,000 times 5.4%. And so then we're going to want to total everything. So Johnson is worth $38,097.50 to his employer. So there you go. That's all you need to know for the first two problems. If you have any questions, let me know and have a great day.